Hey everybody, doing a mic check. If you can hear me, type something in the box. Hey everybody. It's a couple minutes. We'll give everyone a couple minutes to get online. All right, as we get ready here, I appreciate everyone logging in. If you can't see the full slide, you may need to scroll down a tiny bit with your arrow. I'm using this new webinar software, getting used to it. I'm super excited that everyone has decided to join me today, and I really appreciate it. I know your time is very valuable. Our webinar is about 30 minutes, depending on if we get started on time. If you want to take a minute and just type in the chat box where you are today, that would be great. I'd love to see where everyone is coming from. Just waiting a couple more minutes to see who else logs on. Just thank you, Laura, for being the first one online here today. I'm glad to have you. And I see James has joined us, and we have Colin as well. If you haven't already downloaded your form, on the top it'll say fun and awkward. Now's a really good time to do that. The URL for that is just inforulesm.com/download. We don't use it till towards the end, but it's good to have that on hand. We'll just go ahead and get started. I'm sure some people will be joining late, but welcome to How to Get 3 New Clients This Month. There's a couple housekeeping instructions that I want to tell you about just to make sure the webinar runs smoothly and you learn as much as you can. Make sure you have your computer and your phone on mute and have a pen and a piece of paper ready. And last but not least, if you have any questions along the way, go ahead and type them in that chat box on the right. And so what will you learn in this webinar? Let's get right onto that. In this webinar, we're going to cover the challenge of gaining new clients every month, and how to keep your pipeline full by asking for referrals when it's appropriate, ways to follow up with your current clients and have them market for you, how free training programs can increase your sales, how to effectively market yourself at live events, what you do if you cannot find a good live event in your area, and how to work that special offer that benefits your clients so that they keep coming back to you. So a little bit about myself. I'm Rachel Albertson, and I'm a small business coach and online marketing strategist. And what I like to do is to help people just like you grow their business. You know, in the past, like most of you on this webinar, I have struggled to get new clients and leverage happy clients until I was challenged by a friend of mine to stop, analyze, and develop a consistent process that worked. At first, I was pretty irritated with him because time, as we all know, is a valuable asset, and I didn't think I had enough. But after a while, I listened. This was a mentor that was talking to me, and he was much more successful in my field than I was. When we talked, he offered insight and helped me hone in on what worked with my personality. And with his guidance, I went back, I wrote down everything that I was doing, and I systemized it. And once this was complete, and I followed it, I was successful and got better clients that were willing to pay me what I was worth rather than just taking on anybody that needed help. And I've challenged the clients that I already had to do better, and they are even more successful. So this led me to the creation of this project. Imagine how successful you will be if you get 3 new clients every month. That's 36 per year, and if done correctly, it multiplies exponentially after that. So this is going to lead us to our first poll question over on the right-hand side. You're going to see a question pop up. And our first question is, do you struggle balancing getting new clients and maintaining your current ones? You can go to the right and just check yes or no. Now, as you're answering, we're going to go on. So the big challenge. You can agree the challenge to balance client attraction and the need to earn enough income to cover if a client leaves can make you a little crazy. Balancing a high-end client with the overwhelming need to fill income gaps when an existing client leaves is a huge struggle. Many companies offer residual income that comes with a monthly membership or auto ship program. Those type of clients really benefit your bottom line and can be a gold mine of referrals for you. So how exactly do you get those referrals coming in? The simplest way to land a new client quickly is by just asking your existing clients to recommend you. Personal referrals work because it's a referral that happens naturally within a conversation. For example, if your client was suffering from ill health before they joined your healthy living program that offers meal supplements and gym training, they have a visible success, their friends will likely ask what they're doing. And bam, that's an opportunity for them to give you that personal referral. People trust what's worked for a friend of theirs more than a paid actor on TV. All right, so we're going to go to our second poll question over there on the right. How often do you ask for referrals? Less than 25% of the time, between 25 and 50% of the time, between 50 and 75, or between 75 and 100. That's great. Thank you for answering that. That's awesome that you guys are answering. I do see that most of the answers are in the 0 to 25% of the time. So, that's something that you can definitely improve on. So let's talk about how to get those referrals. The most natural way is also the least stressful. Just keep alert for praises or expressions of gratitude from your current clients. These types of clients and comments are often heard at the end of a session, and they can set you up perfectly to say something like, "I'm really glad I could help you. It's easy when I have someone as ready to take action on things that we decide as you are. I love helping clients like you. In fact, if you know anyone who might benefit from my product or service, I'd love if you recommend me." And if by chance you're talking to that client in person, you can add, "In fact, may I give you a couple of my business cards? I'd appreciate if you would pass them on to any of your friends who are as rewarding as you are to work with." Two of the most common hangups for not asking for referrals are if you feel uncomfortable asking, as if you're pressuring your client, or if you don't know how to ask without feeling needy or greedy. Asking your current clients for referrals is an opportunity too good to miss. Chances are their family, friends, or business peers have noticed a change for the better. Perhaps it's the way they communicate, or their confidence level, or other areas that benefit from the product and service that you provide for them. Because of this, your own chances of getting a referral that converts to a client are much higher than normal. So it's important not to blow this opportunity. Counsel yourself just as you would counsel a friend, and don't let those negative self messages intimidate you. Remember the example about the visible weight loss results and the people asking what they're doing to get those results. It's also important not to rush a referral. Don't, wait until your client has had some interaction with you and with your product. Sometimes we act like we're awkward because we asked too soon. So a good example of this happened to me recently at a networking event. I was over on the side and I was kind of scoping out the room and seeing, who was there and what was going on. And this guy rushes over to me and says, "Hi, I'm Rob. I sell insurance for an XYZ company, and I want to give you a rate quote." I know my rates are so low you'll switch. Here's 2 of my cards, one for you and one for you to give to someone in your family. All this without skipping a beat or even asking my name. So don't vomit over someone right off the gate. Now, it also goes back to say that you should never ask early, especially if an introductory call was part of a closed forum offer where people understand that referrals may be asked for. But you need to gauge your client. A good way to know is if he or she is specific in what she's enthusiastic about after an introductory strategy session or the first time she's used your product. If she's making happy noises but isn't sure if she's happy about it, it's not the right time. Another great time to ask is when a client reports a concrete measurable goal, like the example that I used. And once you congratulate them, then you can ask for a referral. It's important to find a way to ask for referrals that feels comfortable for you. Okay, so maybe it's not going to feel natural the first few times, but stick with it. Practice makes perfect. You can't ask your clients to stretch out of their comfort zone if you're still clinging to yours. Each time you ask, you're subconsciously going to tweak and refine what you say and how you say it and when you ask, and eventually it will become easy. Other methods that you can use involve commission. So if you offer a cash commission, you need to be aware that you do run the slight risk of people recommending you that aren't going to be your ideal clients just to get that money. If you belong to a specific networking group or organization, make sure that offering commissions for referrals is not against the organization's rules or code of ethics. And if you're still balking at asking for referrals, perhaps it's the word itself that's tripping you up, referral. It may feel like you're focusing on your own needs, and that might be the source of your discomfort. Instead, ask for an introduction. An introduction puts the focus on the person that you're being introduced to, that unspoken assumption that there's a person who you can help. Finally, remember that you can also run a simple affiliate program. Now, this isn't for every field, but more and more people are doing this nowadays, especially those who work solely online. But really, you don't have to bribe or pay people for recommendations. You just have to look for opportunities and practice, practice, practice. Asking for referrals will become a habit if you persevere, and soon you won't think twice, and you'll recognize those opportunities with infallible instinct. So let's recap real quick on asking for referrals. Ask your current clients that love you and your products for referrals of people just like them. Avoid those 2 common hang-ups, feeling uncomfortable and feeling desperate. Speak naturally and how you feel comfortable. Ask for an introduction instead of a referral. Use a referral bonus program or affiliate program. Stay in front of your clients. And up next, how to follow up with those former clients. So in addition to asking your current clients for referrals, don't neglect your former clients. Some of them may be a little bit timid about asking you for another product sample or meeting or appointment, and they may not even realize that they need more from you until you ask. So let's give them that opportunity. So former clients are considered a warm market. And what exactly is a warm market versus a cold market? A warm market or former client is great because you've already done all the hard work. You've met them, introduced yourself, you've built that relationship, you showed your value, opposed to a cold market where you're starting fresh. So this leads us to our next poll question. Do you ever contact previous clients for new business? And it should be popping up on the right-hand side. Great, great, thank you. All right, so give your former clients the opportunity to work with you more. And you can do that by being very flexible. If you're comfortable with just calling them, you can call and do a progress check. If they're ecstatically happy with the results that they've achieved or the product tasted great, whatever it is that you sell, then you can say you don't have any current problems. Hey, then this is a time to say, can you give me a referral? But if they tell you that they're struggling with something, this puts you in the perfect position to say something like, as it happens, I do have some free time at the moment. If you'd like to talk now, we can deal with that challenge. By individualizing it for them and letting them know that you're available, it will make them feel special. You want to make sure that you give your former clients the opportunity to work with you more. So if you're not comfortable with just calling them, you can send a follow-up email instead. This is a perfect chance to visually show your old client that you're thinking about her and that the relationship just didn't end when the last bit of the product or session ended. In fact, by maintaining that relationship through follow-up email, it should be something that you're already doing. Within that email, you don't want to ask vague, open-ended questions. Give that old client an definite opportunity, time, method, or place to contact you. For example, send an email offering a tune-up session. You can even reward old clients by offering them a special price. You can finish off the special price session with an invitation to sign up again. And if you think they need something extra, you absolutely can add it in there. You can also create a new package, letting your old clients know about it and simple instructions on how to sign up. So if you have a new product and service, introducing that to an old client through email may be a way to gain them back into your pipeline again. Another opportunity to interact with an old client is a survey. So you can create a short survey at a site such as SurveyMonkey, and then invite your old clients to give you feedback through it. And finish it off with an invitation to return for a meeting or product should they wish to. I think that surveys are a very valuable tool to get those former clients back in your funnel without really asking them for a sale. An example would be, hey, it was really great talking to you again. I would really love some feedback. Can you go to this website where you give them the link and fill out the survey? And then afterwards, when they're all done, you can email them again saying, hey, thank you for filling out my survey, and here's an offer. Quick and easy. You should always have follow-up on your schedule. You don't want to miss the opportunity to repeatedly touch these old clients. And whatever strategy you employ, make it crystal clear to your former clients that your offer is meant to reward and help them. You're doing something nice for them by inviting them to reconnect, particularly if there's a special deal that they can enjoy. And everybody loves a special deal. And as with referrals, finding the right moments for you to ask is important. In some cultures, bugging old clients is simply not done, and that's okay. But make sure you're not asking for a legitimate reason like the example just mentioned, and not because you're uncomfortable asking. Your strategy will equal success, so you want to make sure that you follow a consistent plan with these clients. All right, so recap with former clients. This can be uncomfortable if you have let a long time go without seeing or contacting them. The quickest and easiest way to bridge that gap is to call them, ask how they're doing, perhaps a progress check, and see if you can assist them. Another way is sending them an email, and you can offer that returning client something special to lure them back. So this is going to lead us to our next poll question, and that is, do you offer free training or sample products? All right, and we're going to talk about the free training as you guys answer that question over there on the right. Okay, one way to offer free training is to host a free call or webinar that leads straight to your website. One area that's often overlooked when it comes to free training is within your networking groups. My weekly networking group offers members to take turns giving a 10-minute presentation. Some members use this time to talk about themselves and how great they are at doing their job, but you could use this time to quickly introduce your company and then teach your group something that you do different or better than anyone else. Think about the last time that you heard a speaker just drone on and on about how their company was the best. Don't get freaked out about the words free training. You don't have to put together a 15-slide presentation. It could be a quick fact sheet or a trick related to your industry. Just make sure that you're different and memorable. And there are all sorts of opportunities in every field or area of life to do this. For example, if you're a wine shop at home consultant, the next time your winery is about to have a new release, be ready with a simple online coaching session to show people how to easily enjoy these new wines. Then you can finish off with an invitation to learn more about becoming a wine shop consultant or signing up to get a monthly wine membership. If you're in skincare, you can offer a webinar promising 10 surefire tips for clarifying your skin and reducing the early onset of age lines. That would bring a lot of people in. And then you can introduce the new products. If you're a member of any groups related to your field, you can offer free training for your group. While this might not instantly generate a new client, what it does is put you naturally and automatically in the position of being the go-to person for your specialty in that group. After all, you're the one that showed them how to do something, not their peers who were 10 steps ahead of you. Next time they have a question, they're definitely going to ask you. And if someone asks them something they can't do, they're going to refer you as well. Those are just a few examples. And in your own practice and field, remember the basic principle on focusing on the area that your ideal client is feeling the most discomfort, the real pain point, and then offer to solve a particular aspect of that, one that will provide immediate help in your free webinar. VIP days. A VIP day can take place online or within 2 or 3 calls spaced out over the day with breaks and assignments in between, or can take place offline at your physical brick and mortar office if you have one of those. It is a great chance to upsell your clients and make them feel even more special. You can even invite other people to have vendor booths or just mingle so that the clients get the best service and feel very charmed by your event. Other types of live events that can provide instant major cash boosts and that you can plan at your convenience are mastermind retreats. Not only does this give you the opportunity to invite old clients to attend, but giving them the correct assumption that they are your elite, successful clientele. They welcome that top level attention. So like I said, the mastermind retreats, while VIP days are great, your clients will love them, and you can charge a top-notch fee for a mastermind retreat. They can be even more stimulating and lucrative since you'll be focusing on a small elite group rather than one individual. So we're going to recap real quick on the free training. It doesn't have to be daunting, the live training. Don't get caught up in the fear of public speaking. Keep it at your comfort level. Utilize speaking opportunities at network groups that you already belong to, and then look for guest opportunities at other people's groups. I have a client that does wholesale manufacturing of curtain rods. I know, super exciting. He has a group that he knows that meets regularly, and those are the people that make the draperies that people put on his curtain rods. And that group has regular meetings with guest speakers, and he referred me to the planning committee of that group. So I called and they booked me for a training event in September where I get to speak in front of 30 people. So I'll make sure that I send him some kind of thank you note after that to show my appreciation. Other types of live events that can provide you with instant major cash boosts are VIP days and mastermind retreats. So then we're going to go to our next poll question, and it is, have you attended training seminars? That's right there on the right. All right. How to make the most of live events. We are not all Taylor Swift, and personally, I wouldn't want all that attention. However, you do have the opportunity to utilize live events in your area. Attending conferences and other live events are really great, especially within certain businesses. If you know of any coming up in the year, maybe you can offer to speak live or have a guest spot on the stage. Most of the time you're going to volunteer for free, but if you're an experienced speaker, maybe you can ask for a fee. If you're up on stage, at the conclusion of your presentation, you can offer a quick offer to them where perhaps it's a 15-minute one-on-one session or a sampler pack of your product. And you don't want to wait for people to give you their emails. You want to pass around a sign-up sheet and possibly offer a small giveaway to encourage them to sign up. The most effective time for getting those signatures is when your potential client is all fired up from your presentation and not 3 days later when she's home with jet lag or frantically trying to catch up on their regular workload. If your need is more urgent, you don't have to wait for a live event to happen. You can put one on yourself. You can offer a workshop in a church basement or library. You can often use these for free or a very low fee, particularly if you're offering something that specifically benefits a community group or cause. Invite local prospects to your workshop. And you can even open this up to a wider audience while slanting the conclusion of your presentation to only your ideal potential clients. But you can give a live presentation to the wider audience that may give you new referrals that you weren't expecting. When you do that session, however, make sure you keep them tightly focused on achieving a specific single goal rather than a generic taste of your product or service. If you can show someone how to overcome something, give them a method or strategy they can implement and help them come up with a third alternative to an insoluble either or problem, you'll probably have them serially clamming to sign up for more results. And don't neglect to attend or present live events. These can often be the fastest, most instant source to new clients. I recently held a live training event at a local space. I went to one of their events and introduced myself to the owner. After the event was over, I hung out a little while and I asked if they organized other live classes. She said they did, so I offered to teach one free of charge. And what happened was they organized the event, they send out invitations, and then I was given the opportunity to walk in and meet 10 new people. Think about that. I got to meet 10 new people that I would have never been introduced to in my regular life and happenings. They were able to see me in action, teaching a subject I was passionate about, which is Facebook for Business. And I was the expert before I even arrived because another company was endorsing me that they trusted. So ask other businesses that host workshops if you could be a speaker or hold a small event that showcases your products, and then you won't have to pay for the space. So some tools, if you do decide to do those live events, these are some sites that I've used for live events. They're effective and most of them are free. Meetup is awesome for finding local events. You can sign up and be your own event organizer if you choose to for a nominal fee. You can use Facebook events to set up an event, post tips and highlights leading up to the event, making sure that people are engaged and energized. Eventbrite is another one. You can search for events, and if you have something where you want to know a certain number of people are coming or not coming, you can use that to create tickets for an event. And if you don't charge, it's free for you to use. So these are all great tools for finding and hosting live events in your area or an area that you will be traveling to. So let's recap really quick on making the most of live events. Find a local event space or a friend with a large office to hold your own trainings. Offer to speak for free at someone else's event. Make sure you have an offering, and don't be scared to put on your own event. So next we're going to talk about creating an offer for that email list. Remind your current subscribers that they are important by offering an exclusive deal for them. A travel company I belong to sends out a weekly hot sheet with travel specials in limited quantities. And honestly, I look forward to seeing it in my inbox every Tuesday so I can pick where I want to travel to next. So that being said, the next poll question is, do you have an email list? So there's yes, no, and then the dreaded, I have lots of emails but don't know what to do with them. While you guys are answering, and I appreciate you guys answering the poll questions. It makes it really nice for me. We're going to talk about that emailing your list. So you can create an offer or a sampler package or something like that. If you have an active email subscriber list, and especially if you have a lot of non-clients that sign up because they want your tips or updates or your newsletter, then you can email that list with an offer for a special package or a taste of sampler package. Again, even if you do go with the taste of my company package, make sure you brainstorm a little with your clients to come up with achievable goals during that session. The key here lies in remembering who you are targeting. Does your list consist entirely or predominantly of old or new clients? Does your list consist of those who can't afford your product or service and they don't have time, but they do enjoy your tips and newsletter? When you create that offer, you really want to make sure you slant it towards your unique subscriber list's own pain points, as well as making it a point to address objections to weed out those who can't afford you from the get-go. Making people pay is the surest way to attract only clients who can afford you. And the clients who can afford you are the ones that are going to be leaving you with those income gaps anyway. On your special email offer, you want to remember to use good keywords, especially in the subject lines, to attract and get people to open your emails. Those right potential clients will open, and then the subject line will repel the ones that don't have the money and aren't going to be good for you in the long run. As a consultant or salesperson, what you don't need are time wasters drawing your energy and confidence. If you do it right, your special offer will end up being less work, more enjoyable, and attracting desirable clients who are easily able and willing to pay you. All right, so real quick, utilizing your email list. Create an email-only deal that you're providing a value to those who remain active on your list and a value to the current customers you have. This is an opportunity to move retiring products or even introduce new ones. Target your lists by dividing them out in separate but purposeful emails. Create one list for former clients, one for current. Make sure your wording is very enticing and you use quality keywords with that leading headline. And you will have people opening up your email and looking forward to them in their inbox every week. So, would a partner bring success to your business? Well, let's find out. Who do you know that complements your style? They can be in the same industry, but not selling the same product or service. A good example of this is a title company and a real estate agent. They're both looking for people buying or selling a home, but they can work together with leads to offer a bigger value to a single client. Think about that for a minute. Do you have a person that you like and trust that targets the same clientele? And if you could answer that in that poll box on the right, that would be awesome. One of the things that you can do with a partner is create live events online or at a geographic location that can offer a roundtable or panel of experts. One event I go to every year is called Bar Camp Nashville. They have different speakers from different areas, and there usually is a couple of panels where people will come in and answer questions from the group. And if you're the one that's up there answering those questions, again, it makes you the expert. So the beauty of partnering with multiple experts lies in the rich value each partner brings to the mix. Think about it. If one expert is good, then 6 are better, or maybe just 2. You can naturally and easily interview each other and then provide recordings of each other's presentations. One opportunity you have for income with that is to sell the recordings after the live event is over, and you can create on-demand resources on your website that will bring you and your partners passive income. You can also use those recordings as bonuses if they offer a package. And best of all, you've just networked and cemented a relationship with a partner who will now automatically think of referring clients to you and teaming up with you in the future about special events, perhaps a guest at your next VIP day. All right, quick recap. Make sure the person you decide to partner with carries the same value and belief system to save yourself misery in the future. Trust me on that one. Your partner or partners can help send leads your way and be an asset in a roundtable. And the next thing we're going to talk about is networking live. You need to get out there and you need to be networking. Networking puts your name and face out to potential clients and referral partners. Plus, you can meet with attendees afterwards to learn more about their business. In networking, I always say you should lead with a helping hand. Don't go to those events thinking what you're going to get out of it, but instead go thinking how you can help someone else. I almost forgot one last poll question to the right. Do you attend a consistent networking event? So not one that you go to once a year, but one that you consistently go to. While you answer, I'd like to share something with you I heard at a networking event yesterday. Here's the tip. When you go to an event where food is offered, especially food you eat with your hand, always eat with your left hand. Think about it for a second. When you meet someone new, which hand do you shake hands with? And when was the last time that person washed their hands? I won't go into the gross statistics, but I think you get the idea. All right, be ready to network 24/7. This creates far more opportunity for gaining introductions and referrals along with creating networking opportunities, particularly if you bring in guest experts. In fact, you should be on the lookout for opportunities to network 24/7. Anytime someone asks you what you do, just have a specific and upbeat answer ready and keep it simple. An example would be for someone like me, I help people who want to grow their network marketing or direct sales business to increase their income by offering clear and concise steps for success. You know what I do, you know who I normally work with, and you know that I can offer you a pathway to follow. Other networking opportunities include joining local organizations, especially ones whose members can benefit from your expertise. On the screen there, you can see Networking at Noon is a weekly networking group. Relay for Life, I often participate in the Relay for Life. They have a silent auction where I donate my products and services that I can reach a bigger group. BNI is a very common networking group. And Cultivate Co-working is a space here in Murfreesboro where they put on live events as well as you can use their space. So like I said, you can donate a free product or service to a community business group or organization the next time they hold an event or fundraiser, and they do. Volunteer to speak at the next event, and remember to offer that free product or service and pass around that sign-up sheet. Finally, let me introduce you to another powerful and effective way to network, and this time with your own peers. It's called a referral group. If you want to create a referral group, you can do it ethically and successfully by inviting other people who share the same target market, but whose services are complementary or have a different focus and goal from yours. And the best way to approach a running referral group is to focus on your clients. You want to pool your resources to help the maximum number of clients in the way they need it most, as opposed to focusing on helping each other make money. When your group's focus is on matching the right client with the right member for their highest benefit, groups like this can be energizing, dynamic, and highly effective. As they naturally grow and people hear about the group, more and more people will want to join. One other thing that people really don't think about is the client renewal issue. And this last strategy is perhaps one of the most important of all. Avoiding it is a fatal mistake of ignoring this whole client renewal issue. Think about it. You've already worked with this particular client, you've built up the rapport, you've gained their trust, you help them achieve something. Why wouldn't they want to share you? And this is where some people make mistakes. They don't demonstrate the continued value to their exiting clients. I didn't say they don't ask, but simply asking if a client wants to continue is vastly different than letting them know which gains, achievements, and benefits they can expect to reap from continuing with you. In other words, give them an irresistible reason to stay or return. And always let your departing clients know what they're going to miss if they don't renew. Consider offering special rates for a further commitment, a rate that will still create a win for you as well as a reward for your client. So that hits the highlights of the 7 strategies, but I don't want you leaving the webinar thinking you have to rush out and throw every single strategy at every single potential client. I want you to leave with a bit of a plan. So now's the time to take out your referral discovery sheet, the one that hopefully you've already printed. If you don't have that, you can go to www.inforulesm.com/download and quickly grab it. I'm going to wait just a minute for everyone to get ready. So when you're ready, go ahead and type ready in the chat box. Okay, great. Great. All right. So what I want you to do is to write down some of the ways that getting referrals feels natural and less intimidating in that fun column. And then on the other side, where it says awkward, write down the ways that getting referrals may make your stomach tighten, as I talked about. As you write them down, you want to think about what you're going to do. So you want to pick your favorite way for asking referrals, which is natural for you. So in your fun category, in my fun category, for me, I would like to call and do a progress check. I like picking up the phone and inviting the client to go and have a cup of coffee. It's nice to touch base. especially with my higher end clients. Just chat about their business, let them know a little bit more about what you have going on in yours. And this can be an easy way to also get a LinkedIn recommendation. If you have a client that's super happy with you, I would ask for a LinkedIn recommendation or perhaps a testimonial on your website. For me, an example in the awkward column used to be holding workshops, but now I love them. And what I did to work through that was I committed to myself to finding opportunities to present in front of people. And how did I find those opportunities? I went to local networking groups and asked for the opportunity to speak. For you, it may be public speaking. So what you should do is in the next 30 days, commit yourself to choosing one of those things from that awkward category and once a week going and trying to work through it. Now, public speaking once a week might be a lot, so maybe you just do that once a month. All right, and then you use what you've learned in the webinar to get 3 new clients. So real quick, I have 2 special offers for you today, and those offers are going to be over on the right-hand side. Offer number 1. This first one gives you recording of the webinar for reference, the How to Get 3 New Clients checklist, which includes marketing strategies to help you get new clients quickly, and the 21 Ideas Blueprint, 21 proven suggestions to grow your client base. And before you click, I think that number 2 will also interest you. This is my most comprehensive package. You'll receive, obviously, the recording for reference, the How to Get 3 New Clients checklist, that 21 Ideas Blueprint, but also you will receive the Success Calendar, daily ideas, instructions, and fill-in-the-blank objectives to get more clients. My exclusive 4-week coaching program, where we will have weekly calls to review your last week's progress and plan for next week's success. And you'll be included in my private Facebook group, where all the members can collaborate and bounce ideas off of each other. Again, I really am thankful that you guys joined me today, and I would love to connect with you. Here's my Facebook, my Twitter, and my LinkedIn. And I just, I really appreciate you taking your time out today. And here is some time for Q&A. I'm going to read through some of the stuff in the chat box. If you could just hang out for just a second. Okay, I have a question here that says, how long are the weekly coaching sessions? It's about a 45-minute call once a week, and the best day that works for you, that we talk over what you've done. We go through your checklist and we go through that calendar, make sure that you're following all those objectives. They can be on the same day every week, so you just mark it on your calendar. Someone else asked, was it really hard when I started doing live events? And yes, I can tell you the first time I got up in front of a group of people, there were 5 people, and I was extremely nervous. Okay. Well, that looks like all the questions for today. Again, I really am thankful that you guys came out for this webinar. I appreciate your time. And if you would like to connect with me, I'm going to get that slide back up there. And I honestly would love to connect with any of you at any time. I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you so much and have a great day.